as we attend the Classic Christmas event that the Coca Cola brand was sponsoring at Arlington's Choctaw Stadium in DFW. This was how we celebrated the holidays before I flew home for Christmas, and he planned everything for the date, so I didn't know where we were going and had no idea what there was to do at the event, but I was very excited. There were an insane amount of people that they just corralled in there. It was kind of funny the way that they made us walk in, but we went the Saturday before Christmas, so it made sense. Immediately, I was captured by the lights. The last several years, I've personally had a very difficult time feeling festive during the holiday season, but it's hard not to feel it when you approach an event like this with the warm toned and cool toned lights flooding the place in a maze kind of formation. It was really neat. Our first stop was some deliciously warm hot chocolate. I don't drink it as much as I used to, but something about it just makes everything a little more cozy. The line for this was very long. We kind of wasted a lot of time, but it was very good. As we entered the event, there was a giant Coca Cola truck, and it made me laugh that there were people taking photos with it. I don't know, I don't drink Coca Cola, so maybe that's just what I don't understand. I'm not really a fan of Coca Cola, especially not with their AI ads. I also saw a Coca Cola store, and again, I did not understand the hype, but I was here for the festivities, not for the drink. We first stumbled upon a cake pop shop, and they had the cutest variety of cake pops we had ever seen. I loved all the different varieties, and there were so many varieties of flavor, but we ended up settling on chocolate cake pops, which were the Christmas trees. There were so many other different stalls and sellers, like beef jerky, and also this artistic stall that we stumbled upon that had very colorful, very anime art, which I pointed out to my boyfriend. I loved all of the big light displays and that you could go inside of them. Right next to this one, there was the eatery with some donuts and some other big food stalls that were quite overpriced. I was honestly surprised to see how busy they were, but I guess if you're hungry, you might as well.
They got brisket egg rolls.
And my boyfriend was very displeased with the price.
What the hell? What kind of price is that?
But look at the pretty bauble. Do you know in the UK they call them baubles? I told my boyfriend that while we were here, and he didn't like that. This tunnel was really neat. It was very fun to walk through, but also slightly painful. Little smooch. Not very fun to follow my boyfriend through it because I would get smacked like that every time. Very worth it for that kiss though, but I was trying to follow like exactly right behind him at a certain point because that was the only way I could not get hit. Because they would hit you pretty hard. But it was a really cool tunnel. I hadn't ever seen anything like that, and it was really amusing just to kind of laugh at myself, I suppose.
Every time you'd walk, I'd just get smacked.
The presents were really pretty to look at too. I had seen them before, but I don't think to this scale, and I'm very curious how those actually get put up. The first thing on our to-do list was actually to ice skate. I had no idea there would be an ice skating rink here, and now that I think back on it, maybe my boyfriend was trying to recreate the Harry Styles night changes date because I had sent him a TikTok about that. I don't know if that was the intention or this just was a happy coincidence, but going on an ice skating date was actually a dream goal of mine since I was a kid, and I was able to cross that off the list. So, Harry Styles, you have once again met your match. With how much I wanted to go ice skating, I am not even good at it one bit. I kind of hold on to the wall the whole time. Our feet were really hurting after a couple of rounds, but we ended up going 5. At one point, my boyfriend, who is much better than I am, decided that he wanted to try to go all the way around without touching the wall. So I watched him like a proud girlfriend, and it was kind of cute to see him looking for me here, even though I was right here recording like a mom at a dance recital. Here we have a little bit of light appreciation. I just thought it was a really neat concept to kind of basically make a maze out of lights and have so many different other light fixtures to look at. I would say the ornaments and the different animals were definitely my favorite. They had polar bears, all of these reindeer, and even Rudolph. I thought that was a nice touch, and he was massive. He towered over everything. They had this one area that was mainly white lights, and right next to it was a dance floor, which was really fun to see all the little kids stomping around and changing the colors on the floor. Whenever you're a kid, something as simple as a colorful floor can be so entertaining, and it's really cute to observe that. Meanwhile, as an adult, this fun tunnel was entertaining enough. I love my boyfriend's little dance here. I think one of my favorite things about him is his ability to just have fun and be himself and be a goof. He was eating some Cracker Jacks.
You can have one too, audience.
I hope you enjoyed that one for yourselves as well. The lighting in here was very nice. I liked it a lot. The helicopters that kept flying over were very distracting. But not too bad. We still had fun. At this point, after skating, we were just kind of walking around and seeing what we hadn't seen yet. Another beautiful present.
A polar bear used to live there. Ooh.
That's where the polar bear you could meet was residing. Something that we thought was weird is that some guy on the loudspeaker kept telling people, like, the night's almost over, make sure you go meet Santa, go meet the polar bear. But Santa and the polar bear, like, stopped meeting people super early on. Like, we even got kicked out of an area that we were walking in because we couldn't meet them. But Mrs. Claus was there, actually. We did get to wave at her. If that's where Santa was, it was a very cute area. There were a lot of parts of the maze that kind of led to nowhere, and after a while, places just kind of closed off. Because the night was ending, we decided that the only way out was dancing. We took our own time on the dance floor and walked right through it, dancing our way on each of these colorful blocks. It was really cute to watch the kids.
bunch of the peanuts in the bag.
Oh, there's peanuts in there?
Yeah, Cracker Jacks are peanuts and popcorn.
Oh.
The other activity you could do was basically sliding down a very slippery, could have been ice, I'm not sure, surface. But this was pay to play, and if you couldn't see, the line to go up there was insanely long, so we decided to go ahead and head out. We were both getting pretty hungry anyway. There was a little makeshift movie theater showing classical movies, but we got there right as one ended and right as an AI ad began, so I decided I was not going to showcase that.
Wow, we came just in time.
Oh, it's an AI Coca Cola ad.
I'm not gonna.
And it said, look at the pretty lights. Look at something that's actually real. As we were getting corralled out, I decided to try my new cake pop. And it was really sweet, starting not to be able to handle so much sweetness in my little body. But I could tell that it was the Devil's Food chocolate cake from like Betty Crocker, which was very rich and very delicious.
I can tell you, this is like the devil's food.
The
Betty
devil's food?
Crocker.
Oh, for sure.
I was a little sad to leave, but they were very nice and they were handing us chocolate on our way out. And that's kind of where this video ends. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed your holiday season. And Happy New Year.